Now let's turn things over to Heidi Stang for today's City by City.
Thanks, Ryan. The election cycle is beginning in Red Cliff, and Ojibwe fishing season begins soon in Wisconsin. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in Duluth, where the Duluth Economic Development Authority is accepting applications for their Small Business Marketing Match Grant Program. The program aims to support entrepreneurs and small businesses. Grants can value up to $5,000. Funds can be used for marketing in print, digital, or other forms. It can also be used for visual improvements. Applications will be scored based on businesses or nonprofits' marketing plans, financial need, meeting city priorities, and more. Next, we head to Red Cliff, where the Tribal Council election cycle is underway. Open seats are vice chair, secretary, and 2 at-large seats. The deadline to apply for vice chair and secretary is April 3rd. The primary election will be held in May, with the top 2 vote-getters for each position moving on. The general election will be held in July. Those hoping to run for an at-large seat must send in a letter of intent by June 17th. And we wrap up in Wisconsin, where the DNR is reminding residents that Ojibwe spring fishing season is starting soon. The DNR respects the tribal right to fish in certain Wisconsin waterways and reminds residents that there are legal consequences for those who interfere with that right. Harvest typically begins after ice melts, but due to our warm winter, it could be sooner than normal. Fishing may be done by spearing or netting, and you may see people out at night. And as always, if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email to citybycity@northernnewsnow.com, and it might be featured as we take you around the Northland, city by city.